I start to think things get a bit more fun is where you start to mix and match these different technologies together and start to build out a more unified solution. So what can we do when we've got this sort of goal in mind? Well, we can maybe start to build out solutions that show information within our different environments with relative ease. So what I can do, for example, is maybe bring in one of our really lovely and nice pre-built Power BI reports that our colleagues have built over here. And I can very quickly and easily embed this into an application. This is an app that I just built this morning. Okay, so this took me probably around 20 minutes just to build, add in the existing report that we had over here, and we can then see over here that we've then got a nice, lovely, engaging report that we can work with to sort of see our core data in the organization. What we also get within Dataverse as well is a series of different pre-built tables as part of what we call the common data model, covering common objects that we tend to work with in most organizations. So things like, for example, maybe accounts for the companies that we work with, and also contacts as well. So rather than just having to think about creating these objects each time, we can just use them natively and customize them further. And we can start to do some other interesting things as well. We can actually achieve what I like to call appception, by actually embedding an existing Canvas app into the application down here. So effectively, we can mix and match these different views. So maybe if I'm not quite happy with how some of these forms look on here, I can bring in a Canvas app or develop what's called a custom page entirely and add in all the relevant details over there for this. What I can also do as well is trigger automations behind the scenes. So what I can look to do is maybe just do a modification over here. So hopefully now the file has been closed and we should be able to see if I was to save this over here. So we can see that's been saved down there like so, but what should also have been happening behind the scenes is that I've actually triggered off a bit of an automation. An automation that's going to send off an approval to me to basically just confirm, okay, is that price change that you've just done, is that actually correct at all? So the approvals process is pretty nice because it works very nice and seamlessly within Microsoft Teams. So in a few moments, I should hopefully be able to see that I've got a new approval in this area over here. Of course, those are always the famous last words in terms of things working and not quite, and then actually working in the morning and then not working in the afternoon. So let's actually just jump in and see what we're doing with the automation instead. And maybe we could also just do some live fixing as well. We can actually fix the demo live. I bet you've never seen that before. Okay, there's clearly a problem down here, but what we can do with these automations is that we can actually, I can probably just re-trigger this one from earlier on. So this actually, the platform's helping me with my demo on here because effectively I can see there's the test that I did earlier. And in a few seconds, what I can do is just resubmit this automation flow run over here. And hey presto, I've saved my demo. So, it's pretty good for a few different purposes, not just for business use, but also for these nice presentations as well. So if we jump back to here, moment of truth. So activity up there. So yep, so we can see that I've had an approval through over here. So you can see what it's been able to do. It's been able to feed in dynamic properties of the carpet and the price value that's been updated. And what we get with flows natively in the solution is this really nice approval workflow engine. And this is something that can surface in our Microsoft Teams environments. It can surface in Microsoft Outlook, and allows us to very quickly and easily sort of send out approvals. And then based on the actions that we sort of do, we can then, trigger off different logic, which is really nice. So in this case, I can maybe do something like, okay, yep, looks good to me. And then just approve that. And if we go back to our automation over here, we should see that it's then going to go into the next condition down here and then do the action. So in this case, we just literally just go confirming and going, yep, that's been approved like so. But when we start to think about the practical applications of this, we can start to think about doing some interesting things, like maybe triggering an approval, maybe then moving to a new stage of a process, maybe sending out an email, updating an external system, lots of different ways in which we can sort of use this. And as we can see, it all integrates very nicely with the tools that we use in each day.